Hey sweeties, we are going to do some knife sharpening. I'm going to review the Accusharp 001 knife sharpener. We're going to sharpen this machete, which it's pretty dull, it's pretty large. Can it handle it? Well, we're going to find out. Let's just get right into it, but first, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give me that thumbs up. So, let's try cutting a tiny tomato with this large machete. We'll just come in a little bit closer and see. It cuts it, but you can see it's kind of jagged. Let's sharpen it with the Accusharp 001 knife sharpener. I bought this about 10 years ago, and notice the knife position with the blade up and the tip hanging off the edge of the cutting board. And this blue shield finger protector must always stay in place. Press your knife, your sharpener down on the blade of the knife, and we'll just drag it across and down if necessary. And this knife sharpener actually removes, can you see the metal coming off there? I'll do that a few times. How many times was that?
3.
3?
4, maybe?
Something like that.
I wasn't counting.
I wasn't either. And what this does, it really puts a new edge on that knife. Hang on, let's see. One more time. All right. Now, if you can see on the blade there are some little fine metal shavings. You can see them down on the cutting board. So you have to be very careful to wash your blade off. You really shouldn't do it on the cutting board. I just wanted to show you for demonstration purposes. But wash all of this off so you don't get any metal shavings in your food. This cuts better now that it's sharpened. Little thin slice. So it gets it really sharp. I got this off of Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box. It also works with a serrated knife. This is dull. I haven't sharpened it anymore. And I haven't sharpened it yet. So, see, it doesn't do a great job there. Let's do that same process. Hang the knife off the edge. Get your fingers protected. And you can see there again, metal shavings coming off. Let's slice up that knife. Look at that. Fine job it does. Thinly sliced tomato. So it does a really good job. Serrated blades or regular blades. If you have like an expensive kind of fancy knife, you may want to use a stone, a sharpening stone to sharpen your knife. This is at an angle of about 21 degrees. So if you want to keep your knives at whatever angle they are, you have to be careful which knife sharpener you use. If you have a fine like say Japanese knife and it's got a 15-degree angle blade, then you don't want to use this. If you don't really care, if you have a Walmart machete or something like one of these $10, $15 knives off of Amazon, and you're not really concerned about the degrees, what angle it's sharpened to. If you just want to get your knife sharp quickly with an inexpensive knife sharpener, then this is the way to go. So let's talk about the way that the knife sharpener works. So it's got this, there you go, V notch there, and you drag this across the knife. This is the finger guard, and you can see it has been well worn. It might be time to, re-up this, just because, if this gets cracked or anything, you don't want to continue to use it. But it's got, that's normal wear and tear. And the way that you use this knife sharpener is that you stand your knife up. Can you see well? Stand your knife up like this with a little bit of the edge hanging off of the counter. Then you grip your knife sharpener like that. Your fingers fully protected by the knife guard, and starting here and with gentle pressure, you drag this. Is that good? There we go. You drag this across the knife. Like I said, it's probably, there we go, past time that I sharpen, that I change the blades in here. And then what it does is that it shaves off a bit of the edge, and you can't really see it here. It does create little burrs, so you should wash your knife after you sharpen it, because you don't want any little shavings, metal shavings from the knife after you've sharpened it to get into your food. I'm going to grab my screwdriver and take out the screws. The directions are here on how to replace the blade. So you'll need a Phillips screwdriver to replace these blades. Take that cover off. In there, and make sure I'm following the directions. To replace the blades in your Accusharp knife tool, simply remove 3 screws and separate into 2 halves. All right. Just 1, 2, and 3. And this knife sharpener, they say is dishwasher safe. I've rinsed it off and just let it, dried it with a paper towel and let it air dry. I've never put it in the dishwasher, but they say it's fine to do that. Separate into 2 halves, and then remove the old, let's see, there we go. Oh, and then you can see one blade is there and one blade is there. Remove the old blade carefully. Then I'm going to take out the new blades. See the new blade right there. All right, then it says the new blades have a dot on the face. And there's the dot. There's the dot in the other one. And it says, let's see, this dot must face the finger guard for the sharpener to work properly. So here's the finger guard, here's the dot. Okay. Replace the finger guard. Oh, I didn't take this finger guard out. And then this is going to be here. It's going to flip like that. So the finger guard, there's the dot. Slide that in and then put it back. And then replace the screws. All right. Is that all the way down? These blades actually look quite a bit thicker, but then I've been using it for a while. All right, so that's that. Let's do one more before and after demonstration. You can see before sharpening, the cuts on the scallion are really jagged and it tears the scallion into pieces. So now let's sharpen it. We'll clean the blade off and then sharpen it with the Accusharp 001 sharpener. I sped up that sharpening a little bit for you, but you can see again where the knife, after sharpening, those metal shavings have come off. So let's just go and wash those metal shavings off. This knife is like a Tramontina knife that I bought from Sam's. It comes in like a pack of 3, so it's, you know, really pretty inexpensive. I'm not worried about, you know, the angle of the blade. Now you can see how that is much better. Look at the difference between the scallion that I chopped after the blade was sharpened. They're clean cuts, a much nicer result than you get, not jagged and torn apart. Much nicer than a dull knife. A dull knife is a danger in the kitchen, so please keep your knives sharp. I think I paid about $10 or $12 for this, so it's really inexpensive. Thanks so much for watching. I'll put a link in the description box. Have a delicious day. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell.